Once upon a time, in a kingdom nestled between towering mountains and lush valleys, there lived a young woman named Rapunzel. She was known far and wide for her long golden hair that shimmered like sunlight and cascaded down from the top of a hidden tower. But Rapunzel wasn't just known for her beauty. She had a secret. Though she had spent many years alone in the tower, Rapunzel's heart was full of wonder and curiosity. She loved to sing, dance, and dream of the world beyond her tower. But what truly captivated her was her magical garden. The garden, tended to by Rapunzel herself, grew only within the confines of the tower's stone walls, but it was no ordinary garden. Each flower, plant, and vine in Rapunzel's enchanted garden had special powers. The roses could make people smile just by their sweet scent. The lily could heal wounds, and the ivy vines would grow in beautiful patterns that whispered ancient songs. Rapunzel had learned to nurture and communicate with the plants, creating a space of peace and serenity. But there was one rule she always followed: never let the garden leave the tower. One warm spring morning, a sudden storm rolled in over the kingdom, bringing heavy rains and strong winds. Rapunzel, worried about her precious plants, quickly secured the tower windows. But as she did, she noticed something unusual. One of the ivy vines had begun to stretch beyond the tower's walls, creeping out into the wilderness. Intrigued, Rapunzel followed the vine, and to her surprise, it led her to a hidden gate, long forgotten and covered in moss. With her heart racing, Rapunzel gently pushed the gate open, and to her amazement, she stepped out of the tower for the first time in years. The garden was still with her, flowing through the gate like an endless river of color and life. It seemed to know she needed it, and the magic followed her beyond the stone walls. The wind picked up, and Rapunzel could feel a new energy within the air. As Rapunzel ventured farther into the forest, the trees seemed to part for her, guiding her deeper into the wilderness. Along her path, she encountered a young boy named Elias, who was trapped in a tangled mess of thorns and vines. He was the son of a farmer from the village nearby, and had wandered too far into the forest, only to be caught by the magic of the plants. "Please help me," Elias pleaded as he struggled against the thick vines. "I can't get out." Rapunzel, knowing the magic of the garden better than anyone, whispered a few words of calming power. The vines softened, allowing Elias to escape. He looked up at her in awe, noticing her long golden hair and the magic that seemed to swirl around her. "Thank you," he exclaimed. "But why do you have such power over the plants?" Rapunzel smiled gently. "These plants are part of me, and I am part of them. I've always been here, alone with them, until now." Elias was fascinated and insisted on walking her back to the village. As they walked, Rapunzel felt something new, a sense of belonging, of connection to the world outside her tower. She realized that she had been confined by her own fears of leaving the tower. But with Elias by her side, she began to see that the magic of her garden wasn't just for her. It was meant to be shared. When they reached the village, Rapunzel was amazed to see the lives of the villagers. They were struggling to grow their crops in the harsh conditions, and their hearts were heavy with worry. Rapunzel knew what she had to do. She returned to the gate where the ivy vines had led her, and opened her heart to the garden's magic. With a few whispered words, the garden bloomed, sending vibrant flowers and healing plants into the fields. In that moment, the villagers saw the true power of Rapunzel's gift. The crops grew healthy and strong, and the village began to prosper. Rapunzel's long golden hair shimmered with light, as if the magic in her heart had touched the land, bringing life to everything it touched. Rapunzel didn't return to her tower. Instead, she stayed with the villagers, her enchanted garden now helping to nurture their lands. She learned that the true power of her gift was not in isolation, but in connection with the people around her and with the world beyond her tower. And so Rapunzel became a beloved figure in the kingdom, not just for her beauty or her magic, but for the kindness and love she shared with all. She taught the villagers how to care for the land, how to listen to the plants, and how to cherish each day. With her golden hair and her magical garden, Rapunzel became a symbol of the beauty that grows when hearts are open and the world is shared. The story teaches the value of connection, the importance of sharing one's gifts, and the power of love and community. Rapunzel's journey highlights the magic that exists when we step out of our comfort zones and embrace the world around us.